Morning, Victor.
Indeed. How's it going?
You're fast here. How are you?
You know what? I didn't want to
Remember
trust.
my wife?
Yes, I do.
Irene.
Hi, how are you?
Good. When I get stressed,
Oh, not too bad.
it's easy.
Not too bad today. Yeah. I'm just glad people are coming. I'm just glad people are coming.
That's good.
Yeah, honey, I got this together.
Well, best thing to do is go into
So you know, time is on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I might just get jammed in. What else?
morning for sure don't say coffee, right? No. Right?
That's what you better, you know.
Hey, Kurt. Oh, yeah. Hey, sir.
Getting busy?
Yeah, hopefully. Are all your folks going to be here or not?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, only one. Not.
Okay, okay.
One
Nice.
is on out of town.
Hopefully we got everybody's name there. I checked last of the agenda, so make sure we everybody's. Yeah. If you miss one,
It's okay.
45 people. So.
It's a fun day.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good day.
I mean, are you gonna get good pictures from the corner?
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't sure if you guys
No.
Very big day. هذا مديرك الحفل. Yeah, Victor was just asking where you are.
Yeah, we're all coming.
Yeah. Who else?
It's gonna be Raphael and Samantha. They'll be here in 5 minutes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
We know Prime is not.
Yeah,
he's
he's
on out of town already.
Yes, yes. So, yeah. Raphael and Samantha. They'll be here. Raphael and Samantha, they'll be here.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for the Board of Public Works meeting for May 24th. If you are joining us in person and you would like to give public comment, we have speaker cards in the back of the room that you can fill out to address the board. And if you are joining us via Zoom, please press *9, *6 to unmute and let me know which item you would like to speak on. The meeting will formally begin shortly. Thank you.
He's everywhere, man.
So steady. Shaka? What? Well, my team is getting it. And I'm getting it. Thank you, sir. You're already in England, you are symptoms. You're a good mama and mama. You know how it is. So now that he's on, we'll get there.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us, the Board of Public Works meeting for Friday, May 24th. If you would like to give public comment on general public items or any agendized items, we have public comment cards in the back of the room. If you would just fill those out and bring them back up to me. If you are joining us via Zoom, you are welcome to press star 9 or star 6 to unmute and let me know which item you would like to speak on. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's my wife, Ari.
Hi, sir.
Hi, President Garcia. We're formally ready to start the meeting, and we are in record mode.
Very well, thank you for that, Tanzi Cole, who is facilitating today's meeting. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our regular scheduled meeting for the Board of Public Works for Friday, May 24th, 2024. Ms. Cole?
Hi, good morning, members of the board. My name is Tansy Cole, Senior Management Analyst with the Board of Public Works, establishing roll call in quorum. President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis, Commissioner Corsan, and Commissioner Reyes are present, and we have a quorum. We are also joined by City Attorney Representative Darrell Field. And at this time, President Garcia, we have no general public comment, no neighborhood council commentary, and no commentary for specific agendized items.
Thank you for that. Given that there are no public comments, we will close public comment now. Moving on to the approval of the minutes of Friday, May 10, 2024. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item?
Second.
Thank you, VP Villegas. Ms. Cole, there's a first by me and a second by VP Villegas to approve the minutes of Friday, May 10th, 2024.
We'll tabulate the vote. to approve the minutes, beginning with you, President Garcia,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is unanimously adopted.
Very well. Thank you so much for that. All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our meeting here on a very beautiful Friday. And happy Friday. Yay. The start of a very long weekend. And it's also the end of our National Public Works Week, our recognition that we really are proud of. And today, this is why we're all here. And it's so beautiful to see the crowd. It's not a crowd. The folks coming to our chambers. It's really nice to see it when it's full like this. You can really see, LA public servants at his best here. So, and that's exactly what we're doing, celebrating our very top of the best of our folks that have really gone above and beyond during their work as public works servants. So thank you so much for being, if you are here, it's because you either being recognized or your family members being recognized or a family work member is being recognized as well, because as we spend so much time during our work time, we get to really foster and embrace our co-workers that we call them family as well. So I just want to say thank you for everyone that's here, even being recognized, here to in support, or here as a first time visiting City Hall. Anyone here first time visiting City Hall? No one. No one. All right, so we're all veterans here. All right, well, nobody needs to know how to get to the 26th floor then. Okay, got it. Usually that's what we always get. How do we get up there? But we usually find somebody to help them. All right, so with that said, I'm going to turn this over to Commissioner Corsan. I was trying to look for him. Commissioner Corsan, who will lead us on our yearly National Public Works Week's presentation. We are very excited. There's a lot of folks on the agenda. It's this time we did it by team, so it's not an individual. This is a team effort, and the theme was those folks that helped during emergency or storm. But I'm gonna now turn it over to Commissioner Corsan so he can lead us on today's presentation.
Thank you, President Garcia. Thank you, colleagues. Good morning, everyone, as we near the conclusion of 2024 Public Works Week and what has been a busy and successful week. We have one final recognition. Today, we will honor teams of employees from each of our bureaus for their work on projects or programs over the last year. The Public Works employees being recognized exemplify the values of public service, dedication, and hard work. Their collective efforts of working together as a team have provided successful and impactful results that have been and will be of great benefit to our city. This year's theme is advancing quality of life for all. A lot of our work has a direct connection to and affects the 4 million plus residents of Los Angeles, not to mention our thousands of businesses and the millions of tourists from all over the globe that visit our city on an annual basis. To all of you here in the hearing room and to our 6,000 plus employees who are working in their offices or in the field, there are not enough words to express our thanks for all of your work for the last year and the 24/7 efforts you've put in. And before we continue, let's talk about what a year it has been since the last Public Works Week. As I think President Garcia alluded, we've had a freeway collapse, a hurricane quake, which means a hurricane and an earthquake, another historic storm, followed by a near historic storm, and now here we are. So thank you for all of your work. Congratulations on what you've achieved and what you've helped the city so far survive in the last calendar year. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to President Pro Tem Mike Davis to introduce our Bureau of Contract Administration team.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Corsan, for your coordination on this very special week of the recognition of Public Works, National Public Works Week. And it is my privilege to present the Bureau of Contract Administration recognitions today. The Bureau of Contract Administration would like to recognize its construction inspection training team and its general services division. Inspectors play a critical role in completion of infrastructure projects throughout the city, and ensure a safety work environment for workers and the public. In order to ensure inspectors are ready to handle various tasks, the Bureau created a training group of 5 inspectors who are providing training and mentoring to the next generation of construction inspectors. Over the past 18 months, the training group has shown outstanding dedication, hard work, and remarkable flexibility in teaching and sharing their collective knowledge. Despite the normal challenges and demands on onboarding and training, a large volume of new assistant inspectors and construction inspectors, they have also been responsible for the development and training of the Bureau's large number of inspector trainees. Even with the additional work, it has been an overwhelming success due to the training team's resolute determination to produce knowledgeable inspectors. The willingness of each team member to invest their time and effort in the training of an unprecedented number of new inspectors speaks volumes about their professionalism and commitment to ensure the sustainability of the Bureau and assurance that the City of Los Angeles infrastructure continues to be constructed with quality, compliance, and opportunity. Being recognized today from the inspection training team are Principal Construction Inspector Scott Briggs, Senior Construction Inspector Robeek Minasan, Senior Construction Inspector David Garcia, Senior Construction Inspector Lee Williamson, last but not least, Senior Construction Inspector Scott Wood. Congratulations to all for the work that you have done.
We'll take a group photo, please.
Yeah.
Sure, guys, in front. Sure.
Thank you, President Garcia, President Pro Tem Davis, and commissioners. Under John's leadership, development has always been a big piece of his bureau and his vision for the bureau. He always uses the analogy to baseball, and the Dodgers being a good example with their strong farm system. And you just have a lot of talent with a lot of potential. But in order to have success in having those individuals meet their potential, you need to develop them. And to develop them, you need a great team to do that, a great group of teachers. And that's what we're honoring today. We have, I think I mentioned the other day in the Bureau Directors meeting, more than a quarter of our staff that we have today have started in the last 2 years. And many of those are on the inspection side. So you can imagine the amount of work that this group has had to do over the last couple of years. Part of that unprecedented number of new staff includes 2 cohorts of inspector trainees. It was a new program for us to take on inspector trainees and develop them. And as with any new program, it takes a little bit of adjustment. People not used to it, adjustment, people understanding the value that it could bring. What it meant is this group really invested time and made sure that they put everything they could to make sure it was successful. And so far, we've had 2 great cohorts of what I would say is very successful thus far. So I know every department says their work is different and unique, but our work is different in inspection and public works, and it requires ongoing training. You don't just learn it. You don't just come here for a few weeks, get trained, and then that's it. So they take on not just our new cohort of employees that come on, they continue to see them over the first few years of their training. And so it's not just a one-time thing. They continue to see them. And I think actually that's shown with the people who are here today to support them. It's some of our current trainees, but it's also staff who have come through the program and just the respect that they have for this group. So, you know, again, a great group of teachers. And when I think about teachers, I think about patience. You know, you need to be able to have patience to teach and help staff understand what they're teaching. While knowledge is great, you also need to have enthusiasm. You know, you can teach, you may have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't make it sound interesting and show your passion for it, it's not going to sink in for everybody. And then care. They have a lot of care for the individuals and making sure that they help them through this process. So these again, we're honoring this group because they're dedicated to ensuring we have quality inspectors that ensure quality projects, and in keeping with the theme of Public Works Week, making sure that those projects really advance quality of life for everybody. For just really quick, I do want to mention Scott Briggs is their leader, and you know, he's not the person that's vocal about everything. He goes about his business, but you can tell from the way he goes about it, he has a real passion, and he's invested in this, as they all are. But Scott is actually on vacation today, and he drove, what did you do, 3 hours? So he doesn't want to say. He drove 3 hours from a camping trip just to be here. And I think that just shows his respect for the board, the Bureau, and really the team he's working with. So I don't know what else to say, but thank you to all of you for your work. Your work so far has been crucial, and it will continue to be critical because, you know, we have almost a quarter almost 50% of our inspection staff will be eligible to retire in the next couple of years. So you got more work coming, but thank you very much for your work.
Thank you.
And up next to introduce our Bureau of Engineering honorees, we have Vice President Villegas.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was so good to hear from Raul with BCA. I really appreciate all of your words and appreciate just our recognition for our BCA staff as well. So thank you. All right. It gives me great delight to be able to speak on behalf of the Bureau of Engineering, and this is for the Shelter and Housing Program team. Welcome, Deborah. For the Bureau of Engineering, we are recognizing the Shelter and Housing Program team that has been designing interim housing, providing project and construction management, and establishing design guidelines for the program. The program was established in 2018 when an emergency shelter crisis was declared. The first phase of the program was an A-Bridge home. It was a congregate living model established within a membrane structure within a shared hygiene amenities. Now the program is in phase 2, which includes the tiny home villages that provide more privacy. The team has also worked on building conversions such as the Mayfair Hotel, safe sleep sites, home key projects, and other models. To date, engineering has completed 39 projects that have provided 3,784 beds. Again, that's 3,784 beds. We want to congratulate the team for the great job on these very challenging projects. The program team consists of more than 40 staff, those being recognized and other members with us here in the audience who will be acknowledged, and we want to just thank them for their work. And the team that's being recognized today is our senior architect, Maria Quinones, mechanical engineer, Raymond Hong.
Come up, everyone.
Come on up.
Actually, your team should all come up while we hear this.
Electrical engineer, Song Vong. Structural engineer, Manan Bahalja. Geotechnical engineer, Easton Forcier. Environmental Affairs Officer, Maria Martin. Civil Engineer, Maria Ohanian, Survey Party Chief 1, Sean Stevens, and Senior Administrative Clerk, Chuck Etz. We want to thank you all for the important work that you are doing for the unhoused population. It really means a lot. Thank you and congratulations.
Where's Marina? Marina, come on. Don't be shy.
Good morning, commissioners and colleagues. We've been working on homeless facilities for quite a while, and it really takes a village to get these projects done quickly and efficiently. We have to collaborate with colleagues in building and safety, in the Department of Water and Power, in the fire department, the police department, all of the council offices, the mayor's office, and with the providers, the nonprofit providers who run the facilities. So it's a large community to deliver all these projects. Marina Quinones, who has run this program since 2018, marshals all these forces and is currently working on the donation that we have coming from the state, which also has its own challenges. There are many folks in the audience who also have worked on this. We could only bring up a certain number to acknowledge. So I'd ask everyone here from the Bureau of Engineering who has worked on this homeless facilities to please stand up. If there are others, please stand up. And I also really want to thank the board for taking our urgent request so seriously, because with the homeless facilities, we're often coming with a rush and with the need to get something done quickly. So with that, the divisions that we're honoring here are our environmental management group, who do our environmental clearances, our survey division, crucial to knowing, the limits of the properties. Our geotechnical engineering division, every site has challenges in terms of what the ground presents. Certainly the architectural division, who does a lot of the plans in-house and works with consultants to get the drawings done. Our structural engineering division, the tiny homes are unusual, have unusual characteristics for how to brace them to the ground. Our project award and control division, to get the contracts out so that the construction can start quickly and efficiently. And of course, our construction management division. You read the names, so I'm going to just hand out the certificates, and I really appreciate the honor today. This is the best team. It's appropriate for Public Works Week to honor this diverse team of many disciplines, which enables us to complete the kind of projects that we bring forward for the city. So with that, Marina Quinones took hers. The next is Raymond Huang. Sun Vong. Thank you. Manan Balja. Thank you. Easton Forcier. Where is he? Thank you very much. Maria Martin. Mariette Ohanian. Sean Stevens. Thank you. Charles Entz. Thank you very much. Thank you. I know there are some family members here who came to witness this honor. So if the family members could stand up, there are a couple of family members.
Oh,
we want to thank you for giving us your family to work with.
Picture with the certificates.
Okay. Thank
Yeah, thank you.
Before Commissioner Reyes introduces our sanitation team, in my excitement of getting this program started, I forgot to read the certificate, so I'm just going to do that. It's a certificate of recognition from the Board of Public Works and names the individual and the project team they're with, and it reads, on behalf of the City of Los Angeles, the Board of Public Works is pleased to recognize your efforts and accomplishments, which have been of great benefit to the entire Department of Public Works. We thank you for your contributions and service and wish you continued success on your future endeavors. And with that, I will turn it over to Commissioner Reyes to introduce our Bureau of Sanitation honorees.
Thank you, Commissioner Corsand. I would like to introduce the Bureau of Sanitation Plastics team, led by Alex Liu. Could the team please come up to be recognized?
That's great.
LA Sanitation. LA Sanitation and Environment would like to recognize the plastics team. What a name, right? That has been working to reduce the use of plastics as part of our goal of reaching zero waste in Los Angeles. Over the last decade, the city has passed several key plastic source reduction ordinances, including the zero waste at city facilities and events on city property, expanded polystyrene ban, expanded single-use carry-out ban, and disposable foodware accessories on request. And I'm sure a number of you here already know and can feel those initiatives impacting our behavior. LA Sands Comprehensive Plastic Reduction Program is a critical program focused on tackling the pressing issue of plastic waste. This program is instrumental in driving forward policies and programs that seek to reduce plastic usage and facilitate the transition towards a circular economy. It was a pleasure really like nominating you. And the only thing too is that I have had the extreme pleasure of working with your team and many of these initiatives. The team has been responsible for conducting environmental review and analysis in compliance with CEQA, so that the City Council can make informed decisions about new and future policies that will address the plastics issue. Supporting the development of sound environmental policy that is protective of public health and the environment by conducting research and leading citywide pilot efforts that assist small businesses in transitioning from single-use plastic foodware items to reusable for dine-in service. Conducting education, the outreach, and enforcement of the city's 5 plastic reduction ordinances. We would like to recognize the following team members. Solid Resources Citywide Recycling Division Manager, Dr. Rowena Romano. Yeah, Dr. Rowena. Environmental Affairs Officer and Assistant Division Manager, Paul Cobayan. Environmental Supervisor, Christina Batikian. Environmental Supervisor, Marjorie Fan. Environmental Specialist Andres Ramirez From, and Environmental Specialist Eric Ha. We'd also like to recognize the City Attorney's Office, especially Adina Hopenstan, Virginia Choi, Sigmund Shu, and Steve Martin, who led the important role in drafting the city's plastic reduction ordinances and provide CEQA review and guidance on the environmental analysis conducted by LA San over the years. Congratulations for the plastics team, and I'd like to have Alex Liu say something for your remarks for the team. Thank
First,
you.
the pic-
All right, group picture.
Oh, what a pretty picture.
Well, good morning, Honorable President Garcia, honorable members of the Board of Public Works, City Attorney, Executive Officers. I'm Alex Liu, Assistant General Manager for LA Sanitation and Environment. Today we gather to celebrate a truly remarkable environmental achievement of a sanitation team that focused on tackling the pressing issues of plastic waste within the city of Los Angeles. Congratulations to the entire team on winning the award for your pioneering project, replacing single-use plastics with reusable alternatives. Your unwavering dedication and innovative spirit have not only earned you this well-deserved recognition by the Board of Public Works, but have also significantly advanced the city's sustainability efforts. On the cusp of Memorial Day weekend, your achievements reflect the very best of American ingenuity, hard work, and commitment to protecting our environment. As many of you know, your project has not gone unnoticed. Several council members have approached us recently that they were inspired by the work of this team and the success that they have achieved, and they are looking to expand these initiatives within their districts, furthering the impact of your visionary work to move the city into zero waste. By helping businesses, as Commissioner Reyes mentioned, become more greener and reducing their costs, we are setting a powerful example how the city of Los Angeles is leading the way towards a brighter, more sustainable future. This remarkable work could not have been done without the seed money from the mayor's office, the unwavering commitment of the Board of Public Works commissioners, and the support that you have all given us. A special thanks to Commissioner Reyes, who dedicated countless hours visiting locations, talking to businesses, ensuring that they have the right supplies, and what else the city could do to help them become zero waste. She did not stop at the door and just look at just giving them the reusable product. She went to the back and addressed their trash issues, which is another situation. But again, I want to thank the Board of Public Works for recognizing this amazing team from sanitation. Thank you all, well done, and keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. And I have the pleasure of introducing our next set of honorees from the Bureau of Streetlights. We have the Metro Project Team. For the Bureau of Street Lighting, we are recognizing the Transit Lighting Division that was formed to support the delivery of Metro, Caltrans, and Los Angeles World Airport Transportation projects. The division functions within the guidelines set forth in the Master Cooperative Agreement between Los Angeles City and Metro and the MOU between the city and LAWA. The division provides support at all stages and design, construction, and post-construction activities. It's also extremely versatile, providing design services, plan review, construction support, as-built review, and even construction services through the Field Operations Division, otherwise known as FOD. The positive impact the division has on our communities can be seen in projects such as Crenshaw LAX Transit Corridor, which was recently completed and is now operational, Hashimoto Plaza, constructed by Field Operations and nearing completion, Purple Line Extension Sections 1, 2, and 3, where plans are designed in-house while providing construction support for Section 1, and the East San Fernando Valley Transit Corridor, where BSL will design and generate the street lighting plans. With approximately 30 active projects, many of them on an accelerated schedule and over a dozen more expected to become active, the Transit Lighting Division is playing a vital role in delivering safe and reliable street lighting for all those who visit and call the city of Los Angeles home. We would like to acknowledge members of this team: Asad Al-Najjar, Jonathan Cohen, Lang Dam, Mehdi Darabedian, Chaim Hein, Samantha Iraheta, Michael Morton, Rafael Romo, and Paul Wang. And I think I'm going to turn it over to Asad. Correct? Oh, right there.
Okay. Good morning, President Garcia, commissioners, all representatives. I really appreciate this opportunity to recognize a group that has done more than most people will ever be able to see. I think a lot of our work done at the city, sometimes it's seen as two-dimensional, not three-dimensional. There's something always happening in the background, right? That a lot of people really don't see. And one of the things people don't see are the actual employees, the staff that does the work and shows up every day and takes on tasks that sometimes we didn't even ask them of. They're coming to work and saying, hey, wait a minute, I saw this light over here as I was on the weekend. I was going to a picnic or something, but this light, they bring it up, right? So it's important to understand that the work that's being done is also being done in the background. But to something so important as street lighting, I think most of us have recognized the importance of street lighting in the last few years and how it affects safety. It reduces, it increases safety by reducing crime. That's actually something that's been verified, and there's a study that backs that up. So it's important to sometimes see what effects we're having. And then you have the visual effects. I think hopefully everybody's had an opportunity to fly into LAX at night. One of the first things you see is a sea of lights, right? And I can genuinely say that these employees here, yes, this transit division is one of the main groups that has really initiated many of these projects that you see out there, many of those lights that you'll fly in and see over the city of LA. So that will give you a visual impact of the importance of street lighting. And with the leadership such as, and most of you know Assad. Assad is very popular here. Assad has led the team. And Assad really encompasses the 34 years, if I'm not mistaken. 35 now. The range of experience that we have in this team, 35 to just under 2 years, and all in between, right? This shows the city's efforts also to bring in new engineers. We have civil and electrical engineers being mentored through the steps. One day they'll retire, these groups will come up, and these will be the new engineers that will be leading all the projects and these construction projects that will benefit the city of LA. So first of all, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to recognize this team that has made great efforts, great strides in the city of Los Angeles. And I want to say thank you to everybody for putting in that effort and always being just there for the Bureau of Street Lighting and the city of Los Angeles. Thank you.
Good morning, President Garcia, commissioners, colleagues from City Hall. It's an honor today to recognize the Transit Division. And to add on what Victor said, in my heart, the Transit Division, not only in the Bureau of Street Lighting, but in all the city departments, is the educational institution, because you get to work with all disciplines. You're going to do the civil, structural, mechanical, electrical. You're going to get involved in the spirit of the construction management, and whoever graduates out of the Transit Division ends in high-level positions leading the services for the city of LA and delivering what we're supposed to do, and we're being recognized for this week, the National Public Works Week. We are the servants that work very hard in the back to deliver the safety for us, for the safety street lighting. The Transit Division, what you see today is a new add-on for the group. And it's time for me also to mention recognition for the graduates of the Transit Division, former manager Silva Batikian. I had recently Edward Merabian left us to building and safety. I have few people rotated out. But at the end, this team works right now with half force, delivering triple the work. And we're still surviving in the delivery. Our projects make a difference in the bikeways, and we use a lot of innovations. You see a lot of the solar lights being incorporated for the bikeways. You see a lot of the other innovations. I think out of the 35 years, I've done on different levels about 26 or 27 as part of the Transit Division itself. And like, what is it? Oh, like Victor said, we leave marks everywhere. I still remember working on the 15 lighting columns when you enter into LAX, part of the Century City Gateway back in the, I don't want to say maybe the early 90s. And now we're having the People Mover. Thank you for this recognition. And it's an honor always to be serving the constituents of Los Angeles. Thank you.
up next to introduce our Bureau of Street Services team will be President Garcia.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Corson. Like I always say, you see one and you're like, wow, and then another wow, and then it gets even more wow. So everybody just brings so much great work moving forward. So with that said, I am very honored and pleased to announce the Bureau of Street Services team for the National Public Works Week for 2024. And we have our Bureau Director, Keith Mosey here. Thank you for being here. And can the team stand up and support and be recognized and come forward? Thank you so much. Los Angeles had another winter of significant and powerful storms with record-breaking rain. It continues to help with our drought, but once again caused significant damage from mudslides, potholes, fallen trees, street flooding, and other challenges. When these storms occurred, 5 divisions in Streets LA were on the front line dealing with the aftermath in the cleanup and repair of the public right-of-way. Our Streets LA crews worked in all kinds of weather around the clock, including nights and weekends. So while we were all, well, not we, but while everybody else was at home watching the news, the folks back here and their teams were out there in the storm, making sure that our street kept mobile. So our city kept mobile. I'll keep on reading here. I just wanted to make that side note because they do tremendous work during very heavy, strenuous conditions. Their swift and efficient actions in addressing storm response emergencies were truly remarkable. Not only did they ensure the safety of our community by promptly addressing issues, but they also demonstrated a high level of professionalism and dedication to their work. Despite the challenges posed by limited resources, these divisions' responsiveness and effectiveness were evident throughout the response efforts. Through their exemplary performance, they provided the necessary support and resources to sustain and enhance the Bureau's operations so they can continue to advance the quality of life for all. We would like to acknowledge those divisions and the members of the External Relations team who played a critical role during the storms. They are the Construction Service Division. Who's that? Congratulations. The Investigation and Enforcement Division. The Street Maintenance Division. Who's that? The Street Resurfacing Division. The Urban Forestry Division. Yay! Project Coordinator Dan Halden. Special shout out. And with us today is our Bureau Director Manager Keith Mosey. Keith Mosey.
Thank you, President Garcia, Commissioners. Good morning, and thank you for having us and honoring our employees. But I'd like to dedicate this to the men and women that are out there actually in the field that perform this work that you're talking about. And you're right, rain or shine, nights, weekends, they were out there basically, doing good work as far as making, restoring communities and daily travel for the public. So, which is really important. And what a lot of people don't recognize, these are very dangerous jobs. We're out there knee deep in mud, in the midst of trees, things like that that have fallen over, and traffic as well, and having to negotiate steep hills, switchback roads, things of that nature. And all the work was done safely. We did not have one injury or incident during this whole time, which is very important. And it goes... And that goes to the dedication and leadership of the people behind me that basically made all this happen. This is one of the best performances I've ever seen in my, 30-plus year career as far as on storm responses. Once the mayor declared the emergency, we basically flipped a switch. And this is what we do, respond to emergencies on a day in and day out basis. Even during the week, during non-storm, clear days, we're out there responding to issues and emergencies, things like that. And it's like, none of this can happen without, basically the whole Bureau had to shut down to respond to over 1,300 tree emergencies, 1,000 mudslides, 9,000 potholes, plus other issues that we were dealing with in, removal of this debris to give people access back to their homes and to open up roadways. And also our emergency management coordinator, Nakia Robinson, basically who you'll be getting a certificate as well. And I'll say she's the quarterback of this whole thing, along with Dan Mitchell. Basically, they help coordinate and communicate with, the city family, but also basically making sure that, the priorities of the mayor and emergency management were met. And so with that being said, I want to thank all of them, thank the Bureau, and as far as all the employees that actually made this happen. So thank you.
So all the folks will get a certificate, but we just, because the effort is so big, we call just the division managers, but you all have staff that works under you that do the actual work, and so we want to make sure that they also get recognized as well.
There's one for Dan.
Okay, one for Dan too. Are those? Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations.
And up next, also introducing our next honorees from the board office, we have President Garcia.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Corson. Like I said, it just keeps on getting more wows, and just very impressive work that everybody does. I know that, Keith Brown said a lot of numbers, but just alone, just think about 9,000 potholes. And you got to do one by one. So I'm just saying that that's the amount of work, and that's just one of the many things that Street Services handles during an emergency storm or any type of disaster type of emergency. So thank you again. And with that, I transition over to recognizing the board team. This is the Office of our Accounting, Sewer Construction, and Maintenance Fund. Can the team please come up? All right, Miguel, come on up. We are recognizing today a group in our board offices who are behind the scenes, but play an important role for the city's wastewater and collection and treatment systems. They are the staff from the Sewer Construction and Maintenance Fund. The staff is made up of 3 groups and provides cost data to LA Sanitation and Environment for accurate billing of contractual agencies related to other sewer systems flowing into the city. The group collects an average of over $40 million each year for the SCM fund and over $28 million in inter-fund billings and collections. It has endured many changes over the last few years, losing staff and valuable institutional knowledge, which has produced high vacancy rates. But despite these challenges, the group has been able to continue its work to support LA Sanitation in their critical infrastructure and sanitary services to the residents of Los Angeles. Today, we recognize the following: Division Manager and Principal Accountant 2, Mary Marael Parajel. Mary. From Sewer Construction and Maintenance Accounts Receivable, Senior Accountant 2, Esther Paras. Accountant Nazaria Lai. Accountant Catherine Wiseman. And from the Sewer Construction and Maintenance Accounts Payable, Senior Accountant 1, Maria Bordador. Accountant Anna Lee Balita. Accountant Cecilia Dilo. Accountant Jefferson Eligio. Senior Accountant 1, Azeb Seyumum. Accountant Eun Choi. Accountant Mayet O. And Project Assistant Jose Caeta. And from the Sewer Construction and Maintenance Financial Reporting, Senior Accountant 2, Eric Carrillo. Accountant Ai Cain. Accountant Nikki Liang. And Project Assistant Anthony Roque. Thank you all for the incredible and important work you do, and we are proud to give you the recognition you deserve. Thank you so much. Miguel de la Peña is our office director, and he oversees the entire accountant team. Miguel?
Thank you, Board President, and thank you again. It's a pleasure and an honor to stand before you again this week. And it's been quite a week for all of us, I believe. Just to give you an order of magnitude, SCNM actually is responsible for accounting for $5.7 billion in assets for this fund, with revenues estimated to $776 million per year. And with over $220 million of debt service payments as well to all of our bondholders. It is quite a job. It's been said that accounting is the actual language of business. And as such, I think that our function is morphing, it's changing, it's evolving. We need to be able to translate the main actual SCNM is an enterprise fund. It has to be ran as an enterprise, as a business, but also at the same point, in order to be included in the city's books, it needs to be translated into governmental language. So this amazing team is actually responsible for doing that day in, day out. Even having to cope with a 28% vacancy at some point, it's really hard, but it has to be done. But it's also a collaborative effort. We really work really closely with offices of the CAO, FMD from sanitation, controllers, and finance. We also work very closely with our internal auditors that have to make sure that what we do on a year in, year out, it's accurate and actually conforms to standards and conforms to various other regulations. And thank you so much. I just wanted to take that opportunity and to thank all of them for the amazing work that they do. And thank you for having that opportunity to provide this time for recognizing these teams. Thank you so much. And I don't know if Mary, Division Manager, would like to say something on behalf of her team.
Please, Mary, come on up.
Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity, that giving the recognition for SCNM. I know my staff, we experience the most number of invoices we receive on a daily basis because of the volume of work that we get every day, and plus the pressure that's given to us. And in spite of this, my staff are here. They remain loyal to SCNM. They work hard and they put everything. And I'm really honored and proud to all of them. SCNM wouldn't, not move like this without the whole effort of the whole team. And thank you so much for recognizing us.
Photo, but you can hold up your sir for the group. You guys
And hang on, everybody, because we're going to go take pictures out in the City Hall steps once this is all over. So just hang on.
Congratulations, everyone. These are all wonderful teams and are just a few examples of the great work that our Public Works employees do on a daily basis and the commitment and dedication that they show and give to their job. The City of Los Angeles encompasses 468 square miles. That is a tremendous amount of space to cover and maintain with the many services that we provide. There is a vast amount that is under our umbrellas, and thank you to all of your contributions for ensuring the integrity, safety, and efficiency of the Los Angeles city infrastructure. At our City Council recognition earlier this week, we were very proud to hear multiple City Council members give wonderful praise and compliments to all the work that the men and women do in public works. They truly recognize the importance of your work and want to extend their sincerest thanks and gratitude. Congratulations to all who were honored today, and a big thank you again. And before I believe we're going to step outside to take photos as a group, I'm going to turn it back over to President Garcia for any final remarks.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Corson, for leading us on today's very important and critical presentation. I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues to see if they want to give a few remarks to the teams. I'll start Vice President Villegas, Dr. Davis, Commissioner Reyes, and then I'll just close it up really quick. And then we'll all walk out there as a big, huge team that we are to the City Hall steps, take a big picture, and then everybody can go home and celebrate. Well, I don't know about going home. Disregard that. Talk to your division managers, talk to your supervisors, talk to all of that. You didn't hear that. But you can all celebrate in whatever way you're going to do it. That's a better one. I almost got myself in trouble for that one. Send half of the staff home. They'll be mad at me. Disregard. We will go out there and take big pictures, and then everybody can continue celebrating with your teams. All right, Vice President Villegas.
Thank you, and I won't belabor this much longer as we're all anticipating just to get to our next step, but it's worth just taking a time and a little bit of a pause just to recognize all of our employees and really admiring all the work that you all do and really appreciate, and I think it's important for us to be able to do that. We're doing that today on National Public Works Week, but it's important just to be able to recognize the tremendous work that all of our employees do. And, you know, as I drive at this, you know, throughout the city of Los Angeles, I just think of all of the hands that are touching each and every spot, whether it's an inspector, you know, our, you know, trees, maybe some of them may be buckled. I know we don't want to hear that. But, you know, whether we see trees, whether we see a bike lane, whether we see people selling stuff on our public right-of-way, every single piece of our infrastructure is adhered to, and it's just the work and all the behind-the-scenes work that is done by each and every one of you. So a big gratitude on behalf of this board and myself. Thank you.
I too want to join my colleague, Vice President Villegas, and all of those of you who have been honored today. You are a reflection of the achievement that Los Angeles promotes every year and every day in the service that we deliver to the residents of the great city of Los Angeles. And it's a good reflection as well in terms of the diversity of the professions that make up the great Department of Public Works. The inspection, the quality of the building structures that we have, the building of the tiny homes, the reduction of the use of plastics and the promotion of zero waste, the street lighting that we manage effectively with great technology. I was always amazed at our ability to be able to turn the lights up and turn them on and turn them down as we do in our living rooms, that we have that technology for our city. And additionally, the accounting department, in terms of we always have to be able to take a clear assessment of the money. And finally, street services and the work that you do. I always am reminded that people care not about the multi-million-dollar deals that we do in government, but they care about whether or not that we have paved the street in front of their homes, if we've repaired the sidewalks, if we've trimmed the trees in the public right-of-way. And so you would be surprised, you think that, oh, we've got trillions of dollars from COVID from Washington, but what they really care about when we go out to town hall meetings and when we see them in the grocery store is that, thank you so much for repairing that sidewalk in front of our house. And so when I look at the diversity and the professions that you reflected today, it lets all of the residents of Los Angeles know what outstanding jobs that each of you do every day. And I am proud of this work that we are doing, and I'm so proud to be a part of National Public Works Week. So again, thank you so very much, and we look forward to your continued service. And I will finally say that our biggest challenge is to make sure that the service delivery, the way that we deliver that service, is equitable, that we deliver it not only outstanding delivery of service, but timely delivery of service in every district in the city of Los Angeles. And only you are in the driver's seat to make sure that that happens. Thank you.
I also want to express my deepest gratitude to all the heroes and sheroes behind the scene, doing the work and delivering the services to the 4 million residents of the city of Los Angeles. You guys all rock. Thank you. You impact the quality of life of our city of Los Angeles. Our investment in infrastructure and services pay off because you do the work. You make sure that the services are done timely, efficiently, and also impactfully, that there is meaning behind the work that we all do. And so I just want to also put out there that the city of Los Angeles is changing. We have climate change. We have all of these challenges before us right now. And then we have LA 2028 coming up. And therefore, the work, all the projects that we're doing are really serve as an accelerator for transformative change. And we each have a role in making that happen. Your work today will be as important as it is for 5 years from now, 10 years from now, because Public Works really is the agency, and we can say Public Works works. Thank you so much for everything.
Well, thank you so much. My colleagues just pretty much said everything, and so I'll say this, and then we'll close it up, is, advancing the quality of life is something that is probably my personal mission as well, and being at the helm of this department brings me much humility, and I'm very humbled and honored to represent all of you, because all of you do such great work. And every time I meet new folks, you guys are very invested and dedicated. We have model folks. I want to just say, Scott Briggs is one of the people that I think about when I think of a really model public servant. I really do believe in that. I believe also in, the work that you all do is just critical, important to run a city like the one we do. We have 4 million residents and plus, probably more, folks that haven't registered, right? But we have 4 million residents that we provide service for on an everyday basis. And that's not a small ticket. That is not a small city. That is not, a little city. No disregard to other smaller cities, but we are not the same as other cities. We are definitely at a higher stake, and our standards are so much more higher. And so I just want to say that you all meet that effort. Everyone that I meet in Public Works is at that level. It's like I'm in my school at USC, they tell us you start at excellence. This department starts at excellence, and so you go from there and up. So thank you, everyone. It's really important to highlight National Public Works Week, because what you are doing, the rest of the country is doing as well. We just do it at a bigger scale than the rest of the country does. But everybody is celebrating the good work that Public Works does. And so with that, I will say happy National Public Works Week to everyone, to all 6,000 members of our department, and to all your families, because you guys are your personal families. You are an extension of the Public Works family, because you're the ones that hear the nitty-gritty when your folks go home, your spouse or your mom, dad, whoever goes home. You guys are the ones that hear all that nitty-gritty, that's stuff that happens behind the scenes. But you know what? Thank you for supporting your loved one. Thank you for supporting them, because they're doing very special and very honorable work. So with that, thank you, everyone. With that, we close this year's National Public Works Week ceremony. And if you can all just join us in the City Hall steps to take one big picture. And with that, we close today's ceremony. Thank you. To those folks joining us via the Zoom platform, we'll be right back. Thank you.
Very good.
One, to be honest. Okay, Tansy, I'm ready when you're ready.
Good morning. We are resuming the meeting. President Garcia at 11:27, and we still have a quorum. President Garcia, Vice President Villegas, Commissioner Corsan, Commissioner Reyes, and President Pro Tem Davis are present.
Thank you, Ms. Cole, for that. I appreciate that. We do have business things we have to take care of. It was fun, and we had a full packed house, and now we are down to business. So those of you here are really for business issues today. We also do have a special, so once we close this one, we are going to open the special agenda, 2 items on that agenda, and then we would be able to then go on with our days. So with that said, we'll start with item number 1, Bureau of Engineering and Council District 11 for his construction budget and construction orders and change orders, MNR Construction, Inc., Super Expedited Wastewater Emergency Rehabilitation for Sewers Program, 83rd Street and 83rd Street, 700A. Recommending the board to, 1, authorize the combined budget of $883,800, including contingency for the Super Expedited Wastewater Emergency Rehabilitation for Sewers Program, 83rd Street and 83rd Street, 700A. And 2, authorize the city engineer to issue construction orders and change orders up to the authorized construction budget for this project. And this morning, we have Mr. Huffman.
Yes.
All right, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Happy National Public Works Week to you too.
Oh,
You guys are here on official business. Other guys were just celebrating. Kidding.
Thank you. So, all right. Good morning. Good morning. Willis Huffman, Bureau of Engineering, Wastewater Conveyance Construction Division. So this board report is for the construction budget approval to issue construction orders and change orders to M&R Construction under the sewers contract. The construction budget is for $883,000 to replace 2 obstructed drop connections that are about 25 feet deep. This project is located in Council District 11. One of the drop connections is located at 83rd Street, just northeast of Lincoln Boulevard, and the other drop connection is located on 83rd, southwest of Lincoln Boulevard. The project was combined since the drop connections share the same downstream maintenance hole at 83rd and Lincoln. Combining the projects maximize the effectiveness of the shoring design, traffic control plans, and the Caltrans permits because we only need one at that point. This project is being completed under our sewers program, which is a contract with pre-established bid prices with 3 contractors. However, due to the project's specific scope, this work was competitively bid. We received bids from M&R Construction and Tomovich and Associates. However, Matthew and Stewart did not submit their proposal by the due date. M&R was the lowest bidder at $736,500. The contingency for this project is $147,300, which brings the total construction budget to $883,800. There is no impact to the general fund, and the total funding for this project is not to exceed $883,000. That concludes my report, and I'm open to any questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Huffman, for that. Any questions? Okay, any objections? Hearing none. It's an easy one today. Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 1 forward and forthwith?
So moved.
Thank you, VP. Is there a second? Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Ms. Cole, there's a first by VP and a second by Commissioner Reyes to move item number 1 forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 1, beginning with you, President Garcia,
Aye.
Vice President Villegas, President Pro Tem Davis,
Davis, aye.
Commissioner Corsan,
Aye.
and Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Very well. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
Two, thank you.
Moving on to item number 2, this is a request from the Bureau of Sanitation and the Bureau of Contract Administration in all council districts for a personal service contract, gatekeeper systems for the software maintenance and enhancement services to field automation. 1, and recommending the board to 1, approve and forward this report with transmittals to the mayor in the city council with the request that the Board of Public Works be authorized to execute a sole source personal service contract with the gatekeeper systems for software maintenance and enhancement services to the Navigate suite of products and its interfaces used by the Bureau of Sanitation. The term of the contract is for 5 years with 2 renewal options of 3 years to be exercised at the Bureau of Sanitation's sole discretion with a cost not to exceed $2,529,000, including Elisan exercising the 2 new renewal options for a total term of the contract for 11 years. 2, upon the mayor's and council authorization, the president or 2 members of the board will execute this contract. And this morning, we have Mr. Seto here. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning, President Garcia, Commissioners, City Attorney, and Executive Officer.
Do you mind putting the mic closer to you? Thank you. Yeah, fix it so that it's comfortable. Thank you.
So we're here to ask for approval for the personal service contract with Gatekeeper Systems. Some background for the maintenance and support of the field automation for sanitation trucks system, which uses this Navigate suite of products from Gatekeeper Systems. As some background, the field automation for sanitation truck system is used by our conveyance systems crews in the field for maintenance of sewer systems and our stormwater collection systems. So this system is helps the crews receive work orders from our enterprise asset management system. So it's essential that so it allows the crews to communicate back to the office on the work that's being done. So crews are able to enter what they've done, how they've completed the work in the field, as well as they're able to see the information on maps in the field in their trucks. It's used by over 180. It's used in over 180 trucks as well as over 300 users. The system is also essential in keeping, showing or providing information to the field crews so that they can see asset information in the field on their maps, as well as track where their vehicles are at in the field. So it's essential for our collection crew program in order to do all the maintenance that's required by the division. This contract covers providing software maintenance, as well software maintenance, which includes bug fixes, software corrections, defect corrections, updates to the software, as well as any services required for fixing any integration issues to the asset management system that the Bureau uses. The contract, as mentioned, was for no more than $2,529,000, and no longer than 11 years, with the two renewal options of 3 years each. So the actual contract is 5 years plus 2 renewal options of 3 years each. Okay. and the contract is not does not affect the general fund. It'll be funded with sewer operations and maintenance funds. Also, although this is a personal service contract, the city staff does try to gain as much technical expertise and knowledge in supporting the system themselves. And we also, although it is also a sole source contract, we also continue to look at other options that are available in the market as the future continues, evolving. I mean, the software continues evolving in the industry, so sanitation does continue to monitor if there are any other opportunities which we may be able to switch, or if it makes sense to switch softwares. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Seto. Any questions, colleagues? Commissioner Vice President Villegas?
Thank you. Thank you for your report. We appreciate that we're going to be able to have this software for our employees just to get information in live. It's so important. I know that some of our other bureaus do that as well, especially during storms. We have street services doing that as they pick up all kinds of tree debris and stuff off of our streets and public right-of-way. I just wanted to ask if you can give just a little bit more characterization on the sole source contract and why we're going that pathway.
So we have actually been using this software since 2003, and it's been integrated since that time. It's been integrated with our asset management system. This software is actually off the shelf product from Gatekeeper Systems, and they're the only ones that can actually touch the code behind the software. So that's why it's a sole source contract, because they maintain that's their software. Although although the sanitation staff tries to do as much in the limited way that we can do to support the software, but it's and to maintain it, but the code actually belongs to Gatekeeper.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And just one last question, I guess, just to a city attorney. You all are fine with this?
Yeah, Adina looked at
Yeah.
Yes, so Adina has reviewed the sole source justification and concurs with the finding.
Excellent. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Villegas. Any other questions?
Yeah, I wanted
Dr. Davis?
Yeah, you mentioned, in fact, that you are continuing to explore options as we continue to operate this system. In terms of our decision-making to choose this particular product, is it because of the continuity of our operation that we've used it in the past, we'd like to continue with this? Or is there no other operation that you see that will be effective for us in terms of what we're doing at this particular time? Or is it that we have so much usage of this very product that it would be better to be consistent in terms of this particular item?
Yeah. So we have been using this for a very long time, as we see. So it is in our interest. One is, I think the continuity is one of the higher points in this.
Sure.
Because don't need to retrain on some of the software, as well as the vendor is actually very responsive. It's the vendor that we've been the service that they provided has been very responsive, and it's relatively lower cost to some of the other comparable options. However, as we see in the technology sector, there's a lot of changes that occur. So there are possible opportunities in the future as we look, but as far as our operations right now, it's been stable for quite a while.
Sure.
So it's probably one of our driving factors to keep things moving along, and the software has been evolving to increase functionality as this time period has gone. There has been additional functionality being put in, so it's not just stagnant as since 20.
So it would systemically make good sense to choose this as our decision because it has to be compatible with the other areas where we're using the same technology.
Yes.
That there would be a mismatch, in fact, if in fact we did not choose something consistent with the way in which we're operating the other aspects of this kind of a product within the system. Is that correct?
Yes, but as with all software, there is a possibility to with
change.
some effort to put
change.
other things in, but yes, but at this time, yes, it would be.
And then did I hear you say also comparatively, this one is more cost effective than the others that you're looking at? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Any other questions? Commissioner Reyes?
My question is just on data security. What are the provisions in this sole source with regards to the data that's going to be captured?
The data actually resides within sanitation, so it's all on our hardware and it's on our infrastructure. So actually, the vendor does not touch. The vendor has only access to the system to provide fixes, but sanitation staff actually deals with the data security as well as the infrastructure and storing and saving that data and protecting that data. So the vendor actually does not. We provide limited access on what they can get to in terms of the software itself and what servers what systems they're able to access.
So we do have already the protocols with regards to that?
Yes.
And is there a dedicated team of LA-SAN staff managing the data and protecting our data?
Yes, there's a sanitation staff specifically for the infrastructure as well as staff that supports the application side and dealing with sanitation users as well, only internally.
And is that the team also responsible for, learning how this sole source contract does its coding on the back end? Because this is, what do you call this? They own the codes, right? We don't.
Yeah, we do not.
It's proprietary.
It's proprietary, yes.
Yeah.
So we're not able to touch that code.
You're not able to touch that.
That code, yes. But we can observe. We can sort of look at it, but not touch. Is their code? Is their proprietary?
I understand that, but just in terms of continuity, if you're talking about it, we just don't want to be held hostage by just one, right? And also it behooves us to kind of understand what this contractor is doing behind the scene. So my question is do we have dedicated people to do that, like project manage, in addition to the software contractor?
So yeah, we manage the contractor doing things and tell them what to do, but we do not code the system itself.
Because this is a long-term
Yes, this is long
contract.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm getting at. Over the years, we should have an understanding of what they're doing. They have progress reports to us. We have, all of those integration issues that might happen over the years. So I'm just making sure that we are not going to be in a position where we are held hostage or we are put at a corner that we only have to work with this contractor for like 25 more years. There's that learning curve. There is some that experience that we really need to gain on our own as well.
Yes. So we gain as much knowledge as we are able to touch. The portions that we're able to touch, we are able to do that right now since we've already been using this for.
Because this is not the only sole source contract that IT has.
That's correct.
So we sole source a lot on our IT
We do.
side. So that's always my question, is that delicate balance between the, proprietary and what we ought to understand and know as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. I appreciate your line of questioning there because I am also, first and foremost, I'm a little concerned about the language that is on our recommendation that says that, and maybe you can help me understand this. So the term of the contract is for 5 years with 2 renewal options. That makes it about 11 years, right? To be exercised at the Bureau of Sanitation's sole discretion. What do you mean with sole discretion?
So the two renewal options are at our discretion to renew or not. So the term of the contract is 5 years strictly. It can be terminated at any point in time in the language of the contract. However, so at the end of the 5 years, we have an option to renew for another 3 years.
I understand that, but what is the sole source discretion? That the Bureau will only have the discretion to do? My understanding is that when you renew, you also still have to come to us so that we can renew another 3 years or years. It's not at the Bureau's level discretion to just renew automatically.
That's correct. Yes, we would come.
Yeah, so I'm going to strike that from the language today because I'm not comfortable with just saying that we're going to leave it at the Bureau's level. This is something that you have to come back to us so that we can then formally execute another 3-year term and then another 3-year term. And we also want to hear how the contract has been doing it, what have been the milestones, accomplishments, and why do we want to give another 3 years to this contract? So I'm going to strike that and amend unless I have any objections from my colleagues. Hearing none, I'm striking from the record, Ms. Cole, sole discretion. So the term of the contract is for 5 years with 2 renewal options of 3 years to be exercised, period. Then I'm going to strike at Bureau discretion because you do have to come back to the board. Okay. And just a quick, oversight. I don't know if any of my colleagues were briefed on this beforehand, but as a practice, you should always brief us beforehand because there's a lot of things that here we were not a little, we're asking the questions that we want to know, but in the future, you need to reach out to the Bureau, to the board office and brief each one of us. Okay, any other questions, colleagues? I understand that this is a very important work that our folks on the fleet, on the ground use to make sure that their trucks automate and bring the trash receptacles right into the truck.
Oh, no. This is for our sewer.
For sewer folks, got it.
To clean the
To go in there and extract.
and or clean the catch basins or.
Got it. It's even then, it's very important also. Okay, understood. I don't think I have a problem with being at a sole source because they've been doing this for a while. I just was a little concerned at leaving the renewal process at the Bureau level. Okay. Any other questions, colleagues? Any objections? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 2 as amended forward and forthwith? Thank you, Reyes, and thank you, Dr. Davis. Ms. Cole, there's a first by Commissioner Reyes and a second by Dr. Davis to move item number 2 forward and forthwith as amended.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 2 as amended, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Davis, aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, have a good rest of the weekend. Moving on to item number 3, this is a request from the Bureau of Sanitation and the Bureau of Contract Administration in all council districts. Request for authority and proposals, biosolids management for the city of Los Angeles. Recommending the board to 1, authorize the director of the Bureau of Sanitation to 1, distribute and advertise the transmitted request for proposals, RFP, for the biosolids management of the city of Los Angeles. 2, evaluate the proposals and select the most qualified proposers based on the established evaluation criteria set forth in the RFP. 3, negotiate a contract or contracts with the selected proposers, and 4, return to the Board of Public Works for authority to award and execute the contracts. And with that, we have Mr. Tran here this morning. Welcome, sir, and I'm ready for you.
Good morning, President Garcia, the Board Commissioners, City Attorney, and Executive Officer. My name is Alan Chuan with Ellison. Today we are here for the item number 3, the request for proposal of the city biosoil management, excluding green acre farm option. And I would like to provide some information of the project. As you know, that Hyperion treatment plant produce approximately 715 tons per day of the biosolid. Approximately 69%, which is about 495 tons per day of the biosolid, go to Green Acre Farm for land application. The remaining 31%, which is about 220 tons per day, go to other options, including composting, land application at the contractor facility, Thai project at Terminal Island, and Griffith Park composting facility. The city currently has agreement with Denali Water Solution and Synagro to manage Hyperion biosolid at the site, excluding Green Acre Farm. And these two agreements will expire in August 2026. And that's the reason that we're processing this RFP so we can have the new contract in place before the existing contract expires. So for this RFP process, we estimate about 210 wet ton per day would be available to be managed under the new contract. So we are here to request an approval from the Board of Public Works to distribute and advertise the RFP for the biosoil management, evaluate the proposal, and negotiate a contract with the most qualified proposers. And we're going to return to the board for authority to award and execute the contracts. The proposed term of the new contract agreement will be for 5 years with 1 3-year renewal option starting in August 2026. The total cost is estimated about $43 million for the total of 8 years. There will be no impact on the general fund since the funding will come from the sewer operation and maintenance fund. And this concludes my presentation, and thank you so much for your consideration.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tran, for your report. Always a pleasure to see you here. And also happy National Public Works Week to you. You do great work all around.
Thank you.
I see Vice President Villegas with her light on, and also Dr. Davis. So we'll start with VP.
Yeah, just a quick question, just for my educational background. So transporting biosolids, correct? From
Yes.
Hyperion to Terminal Island?
No, this RFP is for the transporting and the beneficial use of the biosoil to other site, like composting, and also for land application at the contractor facility. And we're gonna request the potential contractor to do the hauling only to the Terminal Island for the Thai project.
Okay, okay. Yeah, but it was, I misspoke. It's for transport.
And also for beneficial use,
And
process the biosolid.
Okay, okay, so an expertise is required.
Trucking and expertise on the biosoil processing.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, all right. I just wanted to understand, I know that sometimes we take our, sometimes we take some of our biosolids to Terminal Island because they can be, lack of a better word, they can be discarded there.
We have a different contractor to process the material at Thai project.
Okay.
And that's contract not expire until 2032.
Okay, okay. All right, I'm fine with this, I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you, VP. Dr. Davis?
Yeah, I just had some basic general inquiry about information as well. In terms of the current contract, it is good until 2026. Is that what I heard you say? The current contract?
The current contract will expire in August 2026.
You're right.
That's a little bit more than 2 years from now.
And the current firm that is managing our biosolids now is who? Who is currently the?
Denali Water Solution and Synagro.
Okay, and so this motion is requiring us to authorize you to go out for bid for proposals, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Any other questions? Hearing none. I actually, when Mr. Tran briefed me yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right? It was yesterday. I actually commend them because some of the times we're running behind time to do the RFP, and and he's actually well prepared 2 years in advance to execute all of this. Yeah, to have a smooth transition in 2026, if that is the case, or, this other contractor also submits a bid as well. Everybody's welcome to submit a bid, and the best qualified person would win. So I just want to commend you because I really appreciate you thinking forehand and not getting us in a bind at the very last moment, and you're actually doing it very well prepared.
Thank you.
Mr. Trent, acknowledge, recognize that.
Thank
All
you
right,
so much.
so with that said, any issues on this item? Hearing none, is there a motion on the table to move item number 3 forward and forthwith? Thank you, Dr. Davis. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Corson. Ms. Cole, there's a first by Dr. Davis and a second by Commissioner Corson to move item number 3 forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 3, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right, moving us on to item number 5. This is a request in Council District 5. Nope, strike that. 4. Item number 4. In Council District 15 for a revised task order solicitation number 62, Geocentech Consultants, Wilmington Neighborhood Greening Project, recommending the board to 1, grant the request to add work order number S33WWNEI to the project. And this morning we have Mr. Powell. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Good morning. Brian Powell, Senior Civil Engineer with the Bureau of Engineering's Clean Water Division. We have a motion here to add a work order to a project. So just to give a bit of background, back in November 23, 2022, this board awarded task order solicitation number 62 to Geocentech Consultants for design services for the Wilmington Neighborhood Greening Project, which is a Measure W project with a budget authority of $1,680,755. On February 16, 2024, this board adopted a motion to revise project funding by replacing $513,355 of Measure W regional funding with Measure W municipal funding. However, that motion did not add the new work order associated with the new funding source. Therefore, this motion is requesting that the board authorize the addition of a new work order number S33WWNEI to the project so expenditures can be accounted for properly. There are no changes to scope or budget in this motion, and that concludes my report. I'm ready to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Powell. Good. Yeah, it was kind of odd to see a work order come our way. You said something that it was not included in the original?
Right. So initially, the project was tied to Measure W regional funding. And with the Measure W regional funding, we had a different work order associated with that for accounting purposes. When we brought the motion to you in February, we swapped out a portion of the Measure W regional funding with Measure W municipal funding, just a different pot of Measure W money. And at that time, we should have added the new work order that was associated with the Measure W municipal money. I think we failed to do that. So this motion is simply just to add the new work order so we can account our expenditures properly.
Yes, thank you for that. Okay, any questions? Any issues? Hearing none. Is there a motion on the table to move item number 4 forward and forthwith? Thank you, VP Villegas. Is there a second? Thank you, Dr. Davis. I'd like a second, anybody? Ms. Cole, there's a first by VP Villegas and a second by Dr. Davis to move item number 4 forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 4, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Very well. Thank you for that, Mr. Powell. Have a good weekend and happy National Public Works Week to you too.
You too.
Moving on to item number 5. This is an administrative item in Council Districts 2, 3, 4, and 6. The City Council has approved and authorized the Board of Public Works on behalf of the Bureau of Engineering to execute the Memorandum of Understanding with the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Authority for the design and construction of the Los Angeles River Valley Bike Path. There are no speakers for this item. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item? Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Ms. Cole, there's a first by me and a second by Commissioner Reyes to move item number 5 forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 5, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes. All ayes, and the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Very well, thank you for that. Moving on to item number 6. This is in Council Districts 1, 4, 8, 9, 10, 13, and 14. The mayor has approved and authorized the Board of Public Works on behalf of the Bureau of Sanitation to execute the request for the delegated maintenance agreement between the California Department of Transportation and the Bureau of Sanitation. Is there a second to my motion to approve this item? Thank you, Commissioner Reyes. Ms. Cole, there's a first by me and a second by Commissioner Reyes to approve item number 6 forward and move it forward and forthwith.
We'll tabulate the vote to adopt item number 6, beginning with you, President Garcia.
Aye.
Vice President Villegas.
Aye.
President Pro Tem Davis.
Aye.
Commissioner Corsan.
Aye.
And Commissioner Reyes.
Aye.
All ayes, and the item is unanimously adopted and carries forthwith.
Very well, thank you for that. And we have our oral report is the status update on major upcoming street improvement projects by the Bureau of Street Services. And we have Mr. Bigelow here. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing this morning? Good afternoon, President Garcia, Commissioners, Bureau Representatives, and Ms. Cole. This information is being provided to keep the public informed on upcoming resurfacing projects and to minimize the impact on the community as well as delays for commuters. For additional information or concerns, you can contact our coordinating section for the Street Renewal Division at 213-847-3200. There are no major street projects scheduled for the Metro or Valley resurfacing regions during the week of May 26, 2024 through June 1st, 2024 as a typo. However, we will provide an update on our 23-24 pavement preservation program. During the week of May 26, 2024 through June 1st, 2024, the Valley and Metro regions will complete 17 projects for a total of 7.46 lane miles. The press releases were distributed and notifications have been issued. Streets LA has been coordinated with the council offices to assist with the outreach to stakeholders. We have coordinated with the Los Angeles Department of Transportation for traffic control assistance. This information is also available at the Streets LA website using the Resurfacing Open Projects icon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Any questions for the Bureau of Street Services? Hearing none. Thank you so much for your time and all for your efforts. And happy National Public Works Week to you too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the day. All right, colleagues. Ms. Cole, does that end our regular meeting for today?
It does.
Very well, given that we do have a special item number 7 is now concluded. It is 12:04 and our regular meeting is now officially adjourned. All right.
I can't believe it.
Same thing. All right, folks, we are going to open now our special agenda, a special meeting, and I'll turn this over to Ms. Cole.
Good afternoon. My name is Tansy Cole with the Board of Public Works. I'm the Senior Management Analyst establishing role